Hello! Happy New Year! It's 2019, which means there are more games to play. There's so many games to play. But amongst these games, there are 5 that I want to look at in general, just to kind of say, these excite me, and I want to play these games, because they look better than the other games. Let's begin!
Number 5.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This one surprised me because I'm not really into Dark Souls games or Bloodborne games. I've never really been excited at the prospect of being killed 1,000 times and just doing the same thing over and over again, because knowing me, I would be that person. I remember when I worked at Blockbusters and someone was like, "Have you played this game? It's amazing." And I was like, "No, that looks kind of cool. The aesthetic looks, something I'm into." And he's like, "Yeah, it's really good. I died so many times because it's so hard and I smashed 3 controllers." Not a ringing endorsement by any stretch. So I've tended to just stay away from it. But in the meantime, it's gotten massive. Back then it was kind of like this game that was knocking about, but now it's a massive ordeal when something like this comes out. And now they've gone on to this, which is kind of the same game, but you're a ninja. It's more offensive than defensive, which is what I believe the Dark Souls games were usually about. So I'm all about offense, ninja tactics. You get a grapple thing and you can do rolls. That's not changed, but other stuff has changed, and that looks good. So that's that.
Number 4.
The Outer Worlds. This one, again, surprises me because I'm not really into these games, but to be fair, the reason I'm not into these games is because they're made by Bethesda, and they haven't exactly got a track record of pleasing fans, especially, But this is made by Obsidian Games, who made Fallout New Vegas, which people hold in high regard. And instead of being funded by Bethesda and being buggy and not finished, like those games tend to be, it's being funded by Microsoft, I think, because they've kind of bought that studio. So it's going to be like Fallout, but not buggy and not shit. Sorry if you like those games. To be fair, they don't look horrible, but it's just the glitches. Oh, the glitches. Oh, they're terrible. Please don't. Stop. Ugh. So the Outer Worlds. That looks cool. I'm going to play it.
Number 3.
Pokemon!
Because Pokemon. Of course I'm excited for Pokemon. I've been waiting for a console version of Pokemon since I was like 11. And I haven't played a Pokemon game since Blue, because after the 151, they added like 7,000, and I don't know, it's a bit much. It's kind of just like my little kid mind was just overwhelmed by all these little things, and I just learned all these other Pokemon, and I had to learn more, and I was like, I'll get around to it, and I never did. So, because I can imagine this new game that's going to come out is going to be even more Pokemon. And although I'd rather the original 151, it's going to be fun because it'll be a console version of like the proper Pokemon. I know there was Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but I was really excited when they announced it. I was really excited because I was like, that's what I want. Not only is it a console version of a Pokemon game, but it's like a remake of the one I played, pretty much. And then they kind of showed that it was going to be more like Pokemon Go, and that instantly was kind of just like, rough. Pokemon Go was fun, but, I want to play a game on the Switch, not a gimmick where you flick your thumb, and I'll play it eventually. I'm going to play it eventually, so, So yeah, I'm excited for that game, although there's, going to be a bunch of new Pokemon. There's going to be a new Pokemon called Mirror Splotch, and it's just going to be a mirror, and that'll be the new Pokemon. Hang on, that must exist already. No? I'm not finding any mirror Pokemon. Alright, well there you go. If I'm wrong, let me know, but on first glance, no mirror Pokemon, so there you go. Mirror Splotch. That can be the newest Pokemon. Or not.
Number 2.
Control. Now this looks really interesting. This was originally my number 1. So take that how you will. But this game looks amazing. It looks like Quantum Break, that game that came out on the Xbox that no one played because it was rubbish. But good. That's good. If you've seen the trailer for this game, it looks super cool. Like the mechanics of it look mental. Anything that makes you seem like a crazy superhero thing, I'm all for picking things up and throwing it and shooting things with a weird transforming gun majig. It looks cool. It looks really good. It's all Inception-y and explosions and things and kind of weird misty people who explode and they go whoosh. So I'm really excited for that. That looks really cool. No one's really talking about it a whole bunch, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I should note as well that I haven't done a ton of research about these games. I haven't read all the articles that are out about it, and I haven't watched all the YouTube videos about it. I've just gone on, what I've seen of it. A lot of them have been announced at E3 and the Game Awards and have had trailers dropped and stuff. And I've read a few bits here and there, but for the most part, I like to keep an air of childlike wonder, so I don't know everything about the game when I'm going into it, and I'm just like, this is that bit that I watched 7 months ago, but better. Graphics are a bit better, but I know what to do because I've seen it, and I've seen it done better, so I'm just going to try and recreate what I saw, but that's impossible because I'm not the developer. I don't know how this game works yet. So yeah, just bear that in mind, because, there might be some things out there that are like, did you know that The Outer Worlds was going to be really shit? I don't know. I've just seen what I've seen, and that I'm excited about it. This is my list, and if you don't like it, then you can tell me and shout at me, and that's okay.
Number 1.
The Last of Us Part 2. Shock! Originally, like I said, Control was going to be my number 1 because I wasn't going to put Last of Us Part 2 in this list because technically it's not confirmed for 2019, but it's 90% confirmed, and I couldn't find another game to put in here, so I was just like, I'm going to do it because I want to talk about The Last of Us. It looks amazing, of course it does. It's The Last of Us, and it's Naughty Dog, and they know how to make games and create stories that make us fucking cry. The Last of Us was this mega masterpiece, both narratively and visually, and the voice acting was incredible. Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson, I don't know how else to describe it. It was incredible. If there were Oscars for games, then they deserve the game Oscars. Okay? It was brilliant. And it was this kind of game that usually when you play a game and it's amazing and you love it and it's one of your favourite games ever, you go, I can't wait till the next one. When does the second one come out? Like God of War. Last year when I finished that, I was happy and upset that I'd finished it and all I wanted to do was see what happens next. But The Last of Us was created so brilliantly that by the end of it, it was like, if they never make another Last of Us, I'll be okay with it because it ended so beautifully and not everything was wrapped up, but it was ambiguous enough for you to kind of make up your own thing, and it was just great. But then they announced a second one and I was like, okay, because of course I'm gonna want more. If you don't make more, then fine, but if you give me more, yes please, I'll take it twice. This time you're playing as Ellie, not Joel. That's cool. I'm perfectly fine with that. Joel was amazing and I love playing as Joel, and that character I'm sure will be explored even more. But I'm really excited to see where the character of Ellie goes. It's a few years after Last of Us, so she's grown a bit more. She's kind of found a new community and they're doing stuff, and then it looks brutal as well, like really brutal, which we're getting to that point now in games where killing people isn't just like, bang, that he's dead, that bunch of pixels dead. This one looks like when you kill someone, it doesn't look nice, and it doesn't necessarily feel good because it looks like you've killed someone, and it adds emotional weight, and I think that's kind of the point they're going with, which is really cool for you to feel the gravitas of killing people and to kind of think twice about it, because killing people isn't the best thing to do all the time. But, you know, what do I know? I don't live in a zombie apocalypse. So, yeah, that's kind of my list. This is my first list. Hey! Chances are, by the end of the year, my top 5 game of the year, these games might not be in it. I mean, The Last of Us 2 will be. If it comes out this year, it definitely will be. It'll probably be number 1, let's be honest. But the others, I'm not sure, because games have yet to be announced. So thanks for watching! Yay! Lists! Lists are fun. They organise the world and make us happy. Some of us like chaos. Some people just want to watch the world burn. That was an awful Michael Caine impression. Subscribe below. My usual stuff I do is scripted, episodic comedy reviews. So if you want to check them out, one of them's here. I also do a gaming channel with my partner Kat where we play games. That's here. And I'll see you next time. Happy New Year. It's 2019. There are new games to play.